Hello students, welcome you all in new lecture which is on topic discharge of condenser through inductance and resistance. Previous lecture was on topic growth of condenser through inductance and resistance. So it is very much similar to that one. For that, let we consider a circuit consists of inductance capital L, resistance capital R and capacitance capital C, which are connected in series with a source of EMF capital E. In this article we have to study discharge of condenser, and that's why initially the switch S should be closed, means point 1 and 2 will be connected and therefore current I will flow through the circuit. So initially the capacitor will charge to a charge Q. Alright, and later on open switch S. When switch S is open means 1 and 3 are connected, and then source of EMF will be disconnected from the circuit, and hence current will decrease, means charge in a capacitor will leak, or it will capacitor will discharge through the inductance and resistance. Now according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, the voltage across inductance, voltage across resistance and voltage across capacitance, sum of three voltages is equal to the applied voltage, that is capital E. So L into di by dt plus Ri plus Q by C is equal to capital E, and here we are studying the discharge, that's why now source of EMF is disconnected, and that's why the value of E is 0. That's why we get the first equation, that is L into di by dt plus Ri plus Q by C is equal to 0. Now again use the value of current, that is rate of change of or rate of flow of charge dq by dt. So di by dt is equal to d2q by dt square. Using these values of I and di by dt in above equation, we get L into d2q by dt square plus R into dq by dt plus Q by C is equal to 0. Now divide by capital L. So we get equation d2q by dt square plus R upon L dq by dt plus Q upon L into C is equal to 0. Again use constant as we have used in previous article, that is R upon L is equal to twice B and 1 upon LC is equal to omega square. So if these values are used in above equation, say above equation becomes d2q by dt square plus twice B dq by dt plus omega square q is equal to 0. Now if we solve this differential equation, then we get solution q is equal to e raised to the power minus bt in bracket capital A into e raised to the power alpha t plus capital B into e raised to the power minus alpha t. That is our equation 1. And how can we find out that solution? Its details are already discussed in last article, that is growth of charge in series LCR circuit, where A and B are the constant and their values can be determined from the initial condition, and alpha is used for under root b square minus omega square. So initial condition, that is t is equal to 0, then charge q will be equal to q0 because capacitor will be fully charged, and therefore from this equation 2 we get a plus b is equal to q0. Now differentiate this equation 2 and then use initial condition, that is t is equal to 0, q is equal to q0 and dq by dt will be equal to 0. Then a minus b is equal to b by alpha into q0. Again how to calculate a minus b, that is also discussed in previous lecture, that is growth of charge in series LCR circuit. So we can determine the value of a plus b and a minus b. Then if we add equation 3 and 4, we get the value of twice a, from which we can calculate the value of a is equal to q0 by 2 in bracket 1 plus b by alpha. Then subtract equation 4 from equation 3, we get value of twice b, and from this we can calculate b. B is equal to q0 by 2 in bracket 1 minus b by alpha. Now using these values of a and b in equation 2, so equation 2 becomes q is equal to q0 by 2 exponent of minus bt in bracket 1 plus b by alpha exponent of alpha t plus 1 minus b by alpha exponent of minus alpha t. Now introduce this 1 by 2 inside the bracket and separate the terms q0 into e raised to the power minus bt into e raised to the power alpha t plus e raised to the power minus alpha t by 2 plus b by alpha is common from second and fourth term. So remaining terms are e raised to the power alpha t minus e raised to the power minus alpha t upon 2. That is our equation number 5. And equation number 5 is the general solution of equation 1, in which alpha is used for under root b square minus omega square, and if we use the value of b and omega, it is equal to under root r square upon 4l square minus 1 upon l into c. Again, from this value of alpha we get 3 cases. If b square is greater than omega square, then under root b square minus omega square will be positive, so it is a real quantity, and the charge on a condenser gradually decreases. In this case, charge will decreases to 0, which is as shown in figure, and this discharge is called as aperiodic or deadbeat. Then second case, if b square is equal to omega square, so value become equal to 0, square root of b square minus omega square is 0, and then the discharge of condenser is neither deadbeat nor oscillatory, and it is shown by curve B. In case 3, if b square is less than omega square, then the value of under root b square minus omega square is an imaginary. Then the discharge is as shown in curve C, and it shows the oscillation, means before taking final steady state value 0, oscillations are produced, which is shown in curve. You can see here curve A, which shows a deadbeat or aperiodic, then curve B, which shows that it is neither deadbeat nor oscillatory, and curve C, which shows the oscillatory discharge, and finally the value of charge becomes equal to 0. Now we can find out the amplitude and frequency of oscillation. Now oscillation, condition for oscillation is when b square is less than omega square, so alpha is imaginary, so alpha is equal to under root minus b square minus omega square. If negative sign is taken common, then under root minus 1 into under root omega square minus b square. Under root minus 1 is complex quantity, that is j, and under root omega square minus b square, for this we use beta. So alpha is equal to j times beta. So use this value of alpha in equation 5. Equation 5 becomes q is equal to q0 into e raised to the power minus bt in bracket e raised to the power j beta t plus e raised to the power minus j beta t by 2 plus b by beta in bracket e raised to the power j beta t minus e raised to the power minus j beta t upon twice j. Now q is equal to q0 into e raised to the power minus bt. Now first bracket is nothing but it is a cos beta t, and second bracket is the sin beta t. So bracketed quantity will become cos beta t plus b by beta into sin beta t. Now b by beta is cot theta. So cot theta means that is adjacent side upon opposite side. So adjacent side is b, opposite side is beta. From this we can find out the hypotenuse, and we can find out the values of sin theta as well as cos theta. So cot theta b upon under root omega square minus b square, and it is nothing but cos theta upon sin theta. Therefore sin theta is under root b omega square minus b square upon omega, and cos theta is equal to b by omega. So q is equal to q0 e raised to the power minus bt into cos beta t plus, so b by beta, that is cot theta, and it is cos theta upon sin theta. Then simplify. So if sin theta is taken out of bracket, so q0 into e raised to the power minus beta t upon sin theta t, in bracket we get sin theta into cos beta t plus cos theta into sin beta t. That bracketed quantity is nothing but it is sin beta t plus theta, and sin theta can be written as under root omega square minus b square. Hence q becomes equal to q0 omega upon under root omega square minus b square into e raised to the power minus bt into sin of beta t plus theta. This equation shows the discharge of condenser, and it shows that discharge is oscillatory, because this discharge is the equation which shows the oscillatory motion, in which if you compare this equation to the equation of simple harmonic motion, then that quantity q0 omega upon under root omega square minus b square into e raised to the power minus beta t, that will be the amplitude. So amplitude is this one. Then periodic time capital T is twice pi by beta. Therefore use the value of beta, it becomes twice pi upon under root omega square minus b square. Once we calculate the time period, we can determine frequency, that is reciprocal of time period. So it is equal to 1 upon twice pi into under root omega square minus b square. Here we can simplify by using the values of omega square, that is 1 upon LC, and b square, that is r square upon 4L square. Then that will be the equation for the frequency. So in this way we can find out the amplitude, periodic time as well as the frequency. So discharge of condenser is oscillatory through inductance and resistance. But what is the condition? That b square should be less than omega square. Means if r square upon 4L square is less than L into C. So from this expression we can find out the maximum value of resistance for a discharge to be oscillatory. What should be the value of resistance we should use so that discharge is oscillatory? For that, let we use R is equal to R maximum, that is the maximum value of resistance. So at this instant we get R maximum square upon 4L square should be equal to 1 upon L into C. And simplify, then R maximum becomes equal to twice under root times L upon C. So this is a maximum value of resistance. If this value is used in a circuit, then that discharge will be oscillatory. So this is a condition. So in this way we have studied the discharge of condenser through a series LCR circuit. Alright. So thank you very much.